Everyone, hope you all are doing well. Welcome to the English Academy. In this video, I'm going to explain you past perfect continuous tense. And if you want to get explanation of all the other tenses, so you need to watch the videos posted on the channel earlier. So without wasting time, let's start with the understanding of the definition. The past perfect continuous tense describes an action that was ongoing in the past up to a specific point in the past. Past perfect continuous tense tells us about those actions that were occurred or continue in past. They actually did not occur, they continue in the past up to a specific point in the past. If you have seen my video of present perfect continuous tense, so there you have noticed one thing. I explained you about the perfect continuous tenses is the time duration or time reference, which is very much important. As you can see in the definition of past perfect continuous tense as well, that it is all about those actions that were started in the past, that were ongoing, that were continue up to a specific point. Now let's see some structures that need to have a subject, then helping verb had been. Then you need to use present participle form of verb, which is also called ing form of verb, then object and the time reference. This structure will be helpful for you to construct sentences using past perfect continuous tense, affirmative sentences. We have seen the structure, so let us see some examples. They had been building the house for 2 years. She had been preparing for the exam for a week. We had been talking for hours before dinner. We had been playing video games all afternoon. I had been waiting for her call for an hour. They had been preparing the presentation all day. She had been learning French for 6 months. We had been talking about the event for days. He had been working on the project since last week. I had been planning the trip for months. They had been discussing the proposal for hours. She had been practicing the song for a week. I want to make you understand the structure with the help of an example. Let us see the very first example. They had been building the house for 2 years. Right here in the sentence, they is the subject, had been is the helping verb for past continuous. Building is the main verb, the house is the object, and for 2 years is the time duration. Next example, she had been preparing for the exam for a week. Right here, she is the subject, had been helping verb, preparing present participle. For the exam, object for a week is the time duration. I hope that you will get to know all other examples and how did we use the structure to construct the sentence of affirmative form using past perfect continuous. Moving towards the next structure, which is for negative sentences. For that, you need to have a subject. Helping verb again will remain the same, but there is a bit change that you need to add not after had and before been. Had not been, then rest of the structure will remain the same. Present participle is to be used, then object, and then time reference is to be given. This is the structure for negative sentences. Let us see some example. He had not been reading a book for 2 hours. They had not been playing football since morning. She had not been cooking dinner before the guest arrived. We had not been waiting for the bus for half an hour. John had not been practicing piano for a year. I had not been studying all night before the exam. They had not been traveling around Europe for 2 weeks. We had not been cleaning the house before the party started. She had not been exercising for an hour before breakfast. He had not been fixing the car all afternoon. They had not been living in that house for 5 years. She had not been learning Spanish for a month. We had not been working on the project for days. Let us take first example. He is the subject, had not been is the helping, had been is actually the helping verb, and not is to indicate the negative. Reading the main verb, a book object, and for 2 hours is the time duration. I hope that negative structure is clear to you. Let's move forwards towards the last structure, which is for interrogative sentences. They are actually the question one. For this, you need to shift the helping verb had first, then subject, then been. Don't forget to put been. So many students make this mistake over here that they forget been, which will actually make your structure incorrect. So please be careful about it. Then present participle, then object, and in the last you need to give the time reference along with the question mark. Let's see some examples. Had he been reading a book for 2 hours? Had they been playing football since morning? Had she been cooking dinner before the guests arrived? Had we been waiting for the bus for half an hour? Had John been practicing piano for a year? Had I been studying all night before the exam? Had they been traveling around Europe for 2 weeks? Had we been cleaning the house before the party started? Had she been exercising for an hour before breakfast? Had he been fixing the car all afternoon? Had they been living in that house for 5 years? Had she been learning Spanish for a month? Had we been working on the project for days? Had he been running every morning before work? Had I been thinking about that all day? So, by the end of interrogative sentences or examples, we are done with past perfect continuous tense. And before winding up the video, I want to give you an overview of all the structures, starting with the very first one, and before it, the definition. Past perfect continuous tense tells us about those actions that were happening in the past. They were ongoing to a specific point in past. In positive structures, we need to have a subject, had been, then ing form of verb, object, and time reference. Don't place to put a full stop. They had been building the house for 2 weeks or 2 years. She had been preparing for the exam for a week. These were few of the examples. Then we came to know about the negative structure, in which you need to add not between had and been. So it becomes subject, had not been, then present participle, object, and in the last time reference. He had not been reading a book for 2 hours. You can see the other examples as well. And in the last, I made you understand the interrogative structure, in which you will need to shift the helping verb first, then subject, then been, then present participle, then object, and in the last, you need to give the time reference along with the question mark. And these were some of the examples of interrogative sentences using past perfect continuous tense. I hope the tense is clear to you. I have given you the definition, the examples, the structures. Now it will be easy for you to construct the sentences by your own. And still, if you have any query regarding it, you can ask me in comment section. Till next video, take care. Bye bye.